Welcome back to Vampire Survivors. In this video we are going through mistakes that new players will make, and these are mistakes that you should definitely avoid. So the first mistake is, see this treasure chest? The bat in Mad Forest, the shielded one, the glowy one, whatever you want to call it, that will spawn in 1 minute into the game. A lot of players are going to jump to that, grab that, there's lots of gold in there, there's a free power up. But if you leave the treasure chests as they are, when you pass the 10th minute in the game, the chests then have the ability to evolve a weapon. So for an example, if you look at the top left, I've got the cross and it's got 1 level on it. If I take that chest now, I can grab myself some gold and I can get a power up for one of the 3 weapons that I've got. Whereas if I just take, for an example, I'll grab spinach. If I just play around this chest and leave this chest where it is, if I say every single level, I go and take levels for the cross, as soon as I pass 10 minutes in the game, I can open that treasure chest right there and I can evolve the cross. So I would say it's a mistake grabbing the early chests. I would wait until you're 10 minutes in, then start grabbing them, because as soon as your evolutions are available, the chests will be right there to evolve your weapons instantly. Next up is probably another, quite a common mistake, is people seem to base their builds on their weapons. I don't think you should do it like that. I think it should be more based on the passives. Because, yeah, your weapons are going to deal damage, they're going to take out the enemies, you're going to progress, but your survivability counts as well. For an example, in this level up, I've got cross, pomarola, and I've got armor. I wouldn't necessarily take pomarola. You have to level it up quite a lot for it to have a decent effect. As you can see, it only recovers 0.2 HP per second. So basically every 5 seconds you are getting 1 HP back. But I would probably take something like armor. And it all depends on the evolutions, because if I quickly pause and I open up the weapon evolutions and their unions, if we have a look, we've got something like, if you look at the bottom left, you've got the fire wand and spinach. That will let you evolve when you've got those two. You've got Santa water and attract orb. You've got garlic and pomarola. This is a very, very important menu, because this is going to help you out with evolving everything. I can't remember if you need to have the map unlocked in order to be able to get this menu. I don't know if it's there from the start of the game. I mean, most of it you can see with the Peachone and Ebony Wings. I've never evolved that before, so that's a question mark. And then because I've never evolved the Pentagram, I don't know what that secondary item is that I need in order to evolve it. They've all got question marks. But because I've taken spinach as a passive, I can now just ignore some weapons and wait until I get the fire wand. Then I'm set up for an evolution. Another mistake players will make is, if you have a look on the outskirts of the screen, you'll see all of these icons. And for an example, if I rush over here, if I go down to the bottom left, for now I'll grab lightning ring. But if we come down here, you'll see that I'm heading towards a clover. So right here in this little area, I've got a clover. If I go and grab it now, I can either get or discard. So I can discard it and never have it on me, or I can grab it and it's a free passive. So if I take it, if you now look at the top left, I've got 4 weapons and 3 passives. The most you can have is 6 of each. However, if you have 6 passives and then you pick up one of the pickups around the map, so you'll see there's the skull at the top, we've got another clover next to us. Even though we have that already, it will just give us a level up for it. But you can see pomarola is over there on the right hand side as well. So if you wait until you have 6 passives, what you can do is go round and you can pick up the extra ones, and it actually lets you have more than 6. You can only go up to a maximum of 6 if you're taking them from level ups. If you're picking them up from the map and you've already got 6, it lets you go over. There's even a bonus stage called Moonglow that lets you have 16 because it places them all on the map for you. Next up, I want to talk about the evolutions. As you can see, Red Death is going to start with an evolved weapon. But one thing I would say is a mistake is players will often just always go for evolutions. They will just, I can't even think of one off the top of my head. For an example, you've got the knife and you want to take Bracer so that you can get that evolution. Bracer's not always going to be the best passive to take. Or if you start off with the whip and you take Hollow Heart so that you can get the evolved whip. I would not focus on these evolutions all the time. Yes, they are great upgrades. Like if you've got Santa Water and the Attract Orb, You can get Labora, which is incredible. But I wouldn't really focus just on these because the Crown is a really good passive. It gives you bonus XP. Empty Tome is another good one to take. I really like Attract Orb. Then you've got Duplicator. There are loads and loads of passives that are worth taking when you get that opportunity to have them from a level up. So I wouldn't just focus on the evolutions. And some players might not know this, but when you get, for an example, we'll take Magic Wand and Empty Tome. In order to upgrade or evolve that Magic Wand, you don't need both the weapon and the passive fully leveled. That's not always going to be the case, but for most weapons, all you need to do is max the weapon level and just have the passive equipped on your character. That way you can evolve. And remember that chests picked up after 10 minutes in the game, they will let you evolve your weapons when you have the correct requirements, or when you've met the correct requirements. Another thing about evolutions and their requirements, you can see it if you pause the game and go to the menu I've been showing you. It will show you the weapon evolutions, the unions, and exactly what you need. But also, when you get the level up screen pop up, you can see I've got Attract Orb, Fire Wand, and Hollow Heart. You'll see it says Fire Wand new because I don't currently have that equipped. And then you can also see the Evo or the evolution. You can see that it requires Spinach in order to upgrade it or evolve it. And that is something I have, so I'm going to grab Fire Wand, and then eventually as I progress through the game, and I've got enough levels, I can level it up, and I can get it evolved and make it even stronger. Then the last couple of mistakes I believe players make and they should avoid is when you are in your power-ups, choosing the wrong ones. If you were to start the game and you chose Curse, then that is a big mistake in my opinion. When you first start the game, I would probably start leveling up growth. I'd go for a mount, maybe cooldown, might, area maybe, magnet. I think that's really, really important. The other ones are nowhere near as important. Like leveling up max health and recovery, I wouldn't say it really makes that much of a difference. Also, you have this entire menu of unlocks. You have different objectives to do in the game. So for an example, if I survive 15 minutes with Giovanna, I unlock Gatti Amari. So you get different weapons, there are lots of different stuff. There's different modes, so you've got Limit Break, or different modifiers. Then you've also got, if I obtain the 7th Trumpet, I unlock Endless Mode. There's weapons, there's characters, there's lots of stuff to do in this unlock menu. And then the final thing I would say is not choosing the right character for what you're trying to do. But that also ties in with something else we'll cover in a second. So for an example, if I wanted to go in and my goal was to earn as many levels as I possibly could in one run, I would take in Gains. Gains gets an extra 2% growth every level, which helps you level up faster. Then if I'm going for a gold run, I would take someone like Big Trouser. But with that, there are certain secrets and stuff in some of the levels in the game. So when you come through, I wouldn't just always keep on Hyper, Hurry, Arcanas, all that sort of stuff. I would make sure that I'm changing it around depending on what I'm going for. So, for an example, if I wanted to unlock Big Trouser, I tried it multiple times with Hurry enabled, and I just kept failing every time because it doubles the clock speed. So I took Hurry off, it puts it back to a normal clock, and I managed to unlock Big Trouser on my first attempt with Hurry turned off. So even though the game looks small and it looks bare bones on the front cover maybe, it's actually got a lot of depth to it, and I believe there are lots and lots of mistakes that players make. But hopefully this video helps you kind of identify some of the mistakes that are really common within the game. And on that note, we are going to leave the video there. Check out this video if you want to see other Vampire Survivors content on the channel. I will see you in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.